Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young. Thank you so much for liking, subscribing, sharing, showing your support, tuning into the lives, commenting in the comment sections of the videos, tuning into the premieres, you know what I'm saying, my flash lives. When I, periodically have guests, special guests. As a matter of fact, I just had Mighty Mouse, man, from UFL. Awesome interview. I'm going to leave that at the end of this video, okay? I'm going to leave that video at the end of that stream, at the end of this video, so you got to check that out. Go ahead and share that, you know what I'm saying? Awesome interview with Mighty Mouse, man. My guy, man, down to earth, awesome guy, man. Definitely doing great things, you know what I'm saying? So thank you guys so much, subscribers since day one, recent subscribers. I really appreciate each and every one of you, man. Renee Box Young is simply a platform where we discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature fashion, you know what I'm saying? Talk about BKFC a little bit, talk about little UFC, and I just appreciate all your support, you know what I'm saying? You guys are all awesome. I really thank you so much, man, It's just so much fun chopping up the sport of boxing with y'all, you know what I mean? And about other things, obviously, too. So I want to just talk about this. First and foremost, I just want to give my reaction. And I want to say this, you know what I'm saying? There are a lot of mixed opinions on this, of this whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Because originally, it's funny because originally this was supposed to be, the Mayweather and Logan Paul gig, you know what I'm saying? Press conference, whatever you want to call it, you know what I'm saying? It was supposed to be that. But Jake Paul got in the mix and he kind of like ruined the show, But in the respect of Jake Paul, he didn't ruin it. You know what I'm saying? He used it to exploit or what have you. You know what I'm saying? To market himself, whatever, right? And it worked really effectively. Regardless of what we may think about it, and we all know, I've been mentioning and everybody knows it, you know what I'm saying, that this has all catapulted ever since Mayweather fought Conor McGregor, the crossover, with MMA fighters, and not just that, McGregor versus, Mayweather versus McGregor. It just opened up the door for more opportunities for people who don't box to get into pro boxing, and ever since then you saw the KSI thing, Logan Paul, and then it just blew up since, and I think the root of it was Mayweather versus McGregor. And then his exhibition fight against that, I think his name's Tinshin, whatever, the Asian kid. It just started, blowing up from there. You got Logan Paul, KSI rematch, the first fight and then the rematch. And then you got Jake Paul getting in the mix. His fights that he has already in pro boxing. At first, you know what I'm saying, I thought of it as, I still do to a certain degree. But we're not going to change anything. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say here. Whether we like these kinds of things or not, we're not going to change it. It's just going to keep happening. I've been saying this, you know what I'm saying, for a while. It's going to continue. These kinds of things are going to continue. I don't know if it's true. And I didn't check into it, but I saw some posts. I don't know if it was a joke or a meme, whatever you want to call it, right? Because now on virtual, media, whatever, it's just kind of hard. You can't believe everything. But if they're not coming from valid sources or platforms, I saw some poster with what is it? Something like YouTubers versus TikTokers or something like that. I don't know, man. I don't know if that's true, but I don't doubt it's true. Because this all opened the door for that kind of stuff, you know what I'm saying? So whether we like it or not, it is what it is. You even got pro fighters, you know what I'm saying? You got pro fighters from UFC, from, MMA fighters, pro boxers. I've covered videos on that a long time ago about what certain fighters think and former fighters, pro fighters think about all this stuff. Some think it's a circus, it's a joke, Others think, wow, this is just genius stuff. So whether we like it or not, and it's coming from the perspective of pro fighters, legit names. I don't got to name names out there. There's a video out there that shows that kind of stuff. Shows the tweets of, fighters and whatever, of what they think about it. You got two sides of it. I stand in the middle and I'm like, yeah, at the same time, though, I think it's not, I don't take it seriously, but it is what it is, man. Whether we like it or not, this stuff is going to continue. You know what I'm saying? It's going to continue. So, and it's crazy because this is the week of, or whatever, when this happened at least, okay? Because by the time some people hear this, it'll probably be a week from now, a week since it happened, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because people tune in, and I thank you, each and every one of you. People tune in, weeks after I post a video, so it just depends when you tune in. It's this all happened on the week of Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, this whole event, whatever, the focal point was supposed to be Mayweather versus Logan Paul, conference or whatever, and he was going to do the whole thing with Logan Paul, and then Jake Paul gets in the mix. It's like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people saying that Jake Paul's real smart in what he did, and this is just going to make it even bigger. This is just going to make, and it seems like for a moment, at least, like everybody forgot Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. That's just how it is in this generation, man. We're not going to stop it. That's how it is. People get, hyped up and their attention goes towards one thing for a moment and then goes towards another thing the next moment and forgets about the previous thing that happened. You see what I'm saying? And it's in all aspects. We're talking about entertainment, you know what I'm saying? In the entertainment industry, it's the same thing with movies. It's the same thing with music. Why do you think, how music has evolved, the music industry has evolved from what I know, now it's mostly singles. It seems like albums are a thing of the past now. I'm not sure. I don't really follow too much when it comes to new artists because, I have different musical tastes. And you can check that out on Instagram, some of it. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot more. That's just a taste, man. That's just a little drop of my interest in music on Instagram. But, but from what I understand, it's mostly just singles, hits, one song, and it's a hit. And then they pop it, and then it's forgotten about in a couple weeks. And then another one comes around by another artist. And then the other song that was a hit previously is forgotten about. It's left in the dust. It's over. It's gone. Bye. I mean, that's how it is because we're in that era, ladies and gentlemen. We're in that era. So, everybody was talking about, Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders on fight week. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders was promoted, and I mentioned it in my recent live, and I'm saying, talking about that, a lot of people are saying that, that Billy Joe Saunders and Canelo fight is not really being promoted as it should be, blah, 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 whatever, right? Regardless if it's promoted well or not, but at the same time, supposedly, according to information coming out, that, it's going to be one of the biggest, events with audience or whatever in history, possibly in boxing history, whatever, right? And because of the comeback of the coronavirus, whatever, like the quarantine, blah, blah, blah. Regardless of how they're promoting it or not, this took the cake right here. You know what I'm saying? This took the cake, Mayweather and Jake Paul. And it's funny because I got to repeat one more time. It's funny because the focal point was supposed to be Logan Paul and Mayweather. Of course I watched it. You know what I'm saying? Of course I watched it. Even though I don't take it serious. I don't take this stuff serious. It's not, you're talking about Jake Paul and Logan Paul here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I don't take it too serious. I don't take this stuff serious, And I've made that clear in previous videos when it comes to the subject matter. But, it's funny because this took the cake, man. This took the cake. Mayweather seems like he does that a lot, you know what I'm saying? Now, another point that I want to talk about concerning this whole gig that happened. Staged or not, who the heck knows? At first, when I saw it, I thought, yeah, of course this is staged, man. What do you think? What do you expect? You know what I'm saying? This is supposed to market. Mayweather, he does his job. An excellent. Okay, come on now. When you go back to Floyd Mayweather's career, before this whole McGregor stuff, just forget about McGregor. And Floyd Mayweather's boxing career. His press conferences, man, he made them pop, man. He made them attractive. He's the one who brought. I mean, why do you think he's, his pay-per-view numbers off the charts, man? And I'm not talking about comparing him with, legendary, back in the golden era of the sport of boxing. No, but like off the charts in the era, in Floyd Mayweather's era in his career, man. His freaking pay-per-view sales off the charts, man. Because of how Floyd Mayweather, hyped up the fights, did the press conferences, the way he dressed in the ring walks, things like that, man. I mean, he just, you know what I mean? He's an expert at doing this kind of stuff. And that's what made me believe at first when they did this whole, when Jake Paul confronted Mayweather, that's what made me think it was staged. And, when the smoke cleared after that scuffle, apparently, I'm going to say apparently, I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Apparently, Jake Paul got a black eye on, his left eye was kind of black. And his shirt was ripped or whatever, right? But, like, the thing is that it was so freaking hard to see anything because all these big old bodyguards, man, and all this freaking paparazzi was all around these guys, and you can't see nothing. You couldn't see nothing. And then, I was checking other videos and stuff, and there's one video only, like one out of the gazillions of videos that are out there in angles, man. There's, like, only one I saw that was quite clear, okay? And it looked like when they were scuffling, got your hat. Blue Blood, my guy, man, he was cracking up. He was making me laugh. I was checking out the stream, Blue Blood, my guy. Shouts out to my guy. Love him, man. He was just laughing away. Got your hat, He was making me laugh. Laughing is contagious, man. You see someone laughing so much, you start laughing. You know what I mean? But yeah, got your hat, After he got his hat, whatever, Floyd Mayweather chased him down. A lot of people contemplate, was it staged or not? You know what I'm saying? The expression from Floyd Mayweather's face. And then, on Twitter, some guy, whoever it was, right? I guess he's a famous dude, whatever. He's saying that he knew Floyd Mayweather since he was a kid. And he looked like he was really mad. And then other people saying it was staged. Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what I'm trying to get at is this. If it was staged or not, if it was authentic or not. Supposedly, Jake Paul got a black eye. Why do I say supposedly? Because nowadays, you can do, like, so much, wonderful makeup stuff. Makes anything look real. You know what I'm saying? After something. But who knows, right? Maybe it was a real black eye. I don't know, man. But, there is one angle where you can see Floyd Mayweather, well, he had a nice clean shot. I think he was throwing a couple uppercuts on him, man. Like, there was an open area, like, between him and Jake Paul. The minimal seconds, that those minimal seconds of openness between Jake Paul and Floyd, where Jake Paul was, like, bent over because all these freaking big bodyguards around him. I don't know. I heard that Baby Miller was in that mix. Who the heck knows what he was doing there? I can care less about it, but, but Jake Paul was, like, bent over, and Floyd Mayweather looked like he had a couple shots right there. Boom, and that's possibly where it gave him the black eye. But, I mean, the thing here, ladies and gentlemen, it's not, what I'm saying, people calling it a brawl, and, you see on media out there, this freaking thing went viral, you know what I'm saying? This took the cake, I repeat. When it comes to marketing, man, this freaking went viral. I think it's on ABC News. It's all over the freaking place. This is just insane, you know what I'm saying? Wow, But there were so many people, these guys, man. Another point I want to talk about. Like, Jake Paul, Floyd Mayweather, obviously. These guys are so surrounded by so much entourage and people, so many people, and so much entourage and bodyguards and big old Hulk-sized guys. One little thing is going to be done, the whole world's going to be between them. So it wasn't even a brawl, man. It was just more than anything scuffle. More than anything, the brawl and scuffle was the freaking camera people and then the reporters and all these guys getting in their noses, man. Getting under their noses. Trying to record a guy with these guys when they sneeze, for crying out loud. I mean, that's how it is. You're not going to see a fight, man. This is not a fight. This wasn't like a real, you know what I'm saying? It was just pulling each other's shirts and, just get more than anything. I'm thinking, you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that the freaking bodyguards ripped Jake Paul's shirt. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it was Floyd Mayweather. You know what I mean? So, whether we think it was staged or not, I don't know, man. I have no idea. But I kind of thought from, first glance when I was watching the first videos of it, where you can see freaking nothing. All you saw was bodyguards, behinds, and backs, man. Huge backs and freaking, cameramen and all that stuff, their backs and their, desperate to get a little shot from what was going on, that's all you can see, really. And I thought it was staged. I was like, nah, this is staged. This is fake, man. Obviously, it's fake so they can get more attention. You know what I'm saying? But then when you look at it from another angle, like I said, that little camera, just that one camera I saw, that one video from that camera or whoever the heck it was, whatever source it was, that one camera angle, it did look like, Floyd could get shots. But you can't really see, though. I don't think there's a video out there. There probably is because, like I say time and time again, man, every time I post a video, by the time I post this video, we're probably going to get another angle, or we're probably going to get an update where you can really see something, or, we're going to get another viewpoint, an update on what the subject matter is concerning the video I push. So, by the time I post this video, there's probably going to be, a breaking, video out there. And, look, here's another angle. And Floyd Mayweather landed some clean shots. But you can't really see, this video that I saw, the angle that I saw this video. You can see that, Jake Paul was like bent over. And you can see a little open space, man, where Floyd apparently looked like he can throw some uppercuts. But there's no clear shot where Floyd was really landing shots on this kid. That's where you can kind of think maybe it was staged, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it was just for show, And it looked like the shirt that was torn up and all the, how Jake Paul looked in the aftermath when he was breathing hard and, it looked like the bodyguards are doing all that over this guy, man, over this kid. And because, look at the freaking entourage that's around these guys, man. So you can't really, you know what I'm saying? Whether it was real or not, who knows? And then, you got, I think if I'm not mistaken, Josh Taylor, he was like, take this to WWE, if I'm not mistaken, he said on Twitter or something like that, amongst several fighters, correlating with the same opinion. If I'm not mistaken, a UFC fighter said, this is a circus, this is destroying the sport of boxing. So a lot of people think that, but at the same time, a lot of people think this is great marketing. Whether we think one thing or whether we think another, I just want to point out, this is freaking, this takes the cake right here. This really is taking the limelight from Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders, man. And just imagine, now this is another point I want to talk about. How big, look how big Logan Paul versus Floyd Mayweather is going to be, man. Floyd, dude, these guys are going to cash in. And Logan Paul, if I'm not mistaken, Logan Paul coming out saying, no, I wish it was staged. I wish it was staged. I just saw like a highlight. A headline saying something like that. I didn't even read it or anything like that. I don't have time sometimes, to see these kind of things much. Sometimes I do. Obviously, that's why I'm making a video about it. But I don't research too much when it comes to these things. You know what I'm saying? But I saw a headline somewhere saying that, Logan Paul said, I wish this was staged. Yeah, whether you wish it was staged or not, man, this is going to bring so much more attention, man, worldwide. Between Floyd Mayweather and Jake Paul. I'm sorry, Floyd Mayweather, well, yeah, them, but also Floyd Mayweather and this whole Logan Paul fight, that's scheduled to go down, I think, June 6th. Now, that's another thing. It's going to be on a Sunday. So, everybody's going to watch it, man. Everybody's going to watch this fight, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? It's on a Sunday, June 6th. If I'm not mistaken, it's not going to mix in with the Teofimo fight, Teofimo and the Camboso thing, you know what I'm saying, fight, on Triller, that event. If I'm not mistaken, that's June 5th on Saturday night. So I don't think it's going to mix, whatever. So for the fact that it's going to be on a Sunday, if I'm not mistaken at least, Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, this is going to be huge, man. Everybody's going to watch it. Everybody's going to watch it. And with that happened, even more people are going to watch this thing. Look at Leonard Ellerby back there. Look at the thumbnail. Look at Leonard Ellerby smiling away. You know that smile was a multi-million-dollar smile. Those were, you see the dollar signs in his eyeballs. He's like, heck yeah, yes, Jake Paul, do this. Punch Floyd or do something. That they're just about business. They're businessmen. They're businessmen. Like I said, whether we like this or not, this stuff is going to keep happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's just this whole thing that happened is going to make it even a lot bigger. Mayweather versus, Logan Paul. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Logan Paul saying this is serious. Now this is personal. He went too far, blah, blah, blah. The build up, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be huge, man. Huge. Yeah, I'm going to watch it. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it. I'm admitting, I don't care. I'll admit I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it and see how it goes down. See how that. I want to see Floyd Mayweather more than anything. I just want to see it because look at this freaking size. Look at Logan Paul. If I'm not mistaken, this is a pro bout, right? I don't think this is exhibition. Whether exhibition or not, who the heck cares, right? I mean, they're gonna fight, okay? They're gonna fight. Remember Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones? Everybody would say, oh, it's going to be exhibition. Oh, yeah, they're going to have their guards on. And then in the last minute, no, they're not going to have their guards on. Whether it was a freaking exhibition or not, they fought, man. Yes, their age limited the intensity and the tenacity of the matchup, which was not really too exciting in my humble opinion. But it was a fight, man. Mike Tyson wasn't giving little slaps on Roy Jones Jr. No, he was freaking punching him hard. It hurt. So, more than anything, I'm going to watch this because, I want to see Floyd Mayweather in his age right now. He's getting old, man. I mean, for boxing, he's getting old, okay? And all these memes that are coming out, whatever you want to call them, right? With him with his hat off and that he's out, how he looks with his beard. I think Floyd looks a lot better when he's shaved, man, when he has a bald head and shaved, but whatever, right? Whatever. I'm not too much of a fashion guy, but, yeah. So I want to see Floyd Mayweather, see how he fights, man. I just want to see how he fights. You know what I'm saying? At his age, if he's still sharp, and expect this, ladies and gentlemen. This is one other point I want to talk about. Expect this. Jake Paul versus, Floyd Mayweather versus Jake Paul. I even think, this is what I think, okay? I think that Floyd Mayweather versus Jake Paul is going to be even bigger than Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. Because Jake Paul's the one, man. This kid is the one who's making more moves when it comes to boxing. When it comes to marketing himself, he's making freaking huge steps. Yeah, Logan Paul's super freaking famous, man. He has a YouTube, whatever. I don't follow these guys, but Jake Paul's the one who's making moves, man. When it comes to this whole marketing thing, when it comes to, look, I mean, for crying out loud, he tatted what he did on his freaking body, man. He tatted it. Look at that. I mean, you can see in the thumbnail there, and everybody knows already. If I'm not mistaken, man. If I'm not mistaken, he even changed his Twitter name to Gotcha Hat. Gotcha Hat. I mean, he's freaking making this, selling hats already. Jake Paul's making freaking big moves, man. Like I said, whether we like it or not, it's here to stay. This stuff is going to continue. These guys are going to they're going to be cashing in on the opportunity. These guys are cashing in, man. And I think that Mayweather versus Logan Paul is going to be huge. And expect soon, I don't know, who the heck knows when, but expect Floyd Mayweather versus Jake Paul soon too. Expect it, man. Just expect it. I'm sure it's going to happen. Who knows if it's going to be this year? I doubt it. Probably around 2022, man. I think because they're going to make it build more, you know what I'm saying? Who knows whenever it's going to be. Mayweather versus Jake Paul is going to be freaking off the charts, man. And I'm sure Floyd's going to choose the date where Canelo, I think, is going to be competing against him, where I guess a lot of people may say it's not a competition when it comes to marketing and, the limelight. Floyd's going to take the cake all the time. So I'm sure he's going to, strategically, I'm sure Floyd Mayweather is going to strategically choose dates, to steal the limelight from Canelo, man. I think he's going to do that. Man. Because why? Because Canelo's still talking out there in social media, in interviews or whatever. Yeah, I'll knock out Mayweather because now I'm in my prime. Me in my prime, I'll knock him out. And then Floyd Mayweather recently said, well, you were in your prime, man, and I was old. And it's true. I agree with Floyd. But whatever. That's another video, right? Or it's either that, or if this whole soap opera between Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua, this whole soap opera, if that even happens, okay? I call it a soap opera because it's been a soap opera for almost a freaking year. It's nonsense, man. To my humble opinion, that's nonsense. I'm not even following the Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. All those videos Fury's pushing, I can care less, man. Anthony Joshua, he seems more quiet, but I can care less, man. Whatever. But if they fight, there's a big possibility, okay, that Floyd Mayweather will choose dates of press conferences and he'll choose to fight Jake Paul strategically and do press conferences and all this stuff when Anthony Joshua and Fury do their press conferences and when they do their fight. he'll probably fight one day after or what have you. Like he's doing with, this whole thing with, Logan Paul fighting on, June 6th, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check my calendar right here. Yeah, June 6th, Sunday, and Teofimo Camboso's June 5th. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, this was just crazy. This was just, whether it was staged or not, I tend to believe it was more staged, but who cares what I think? This thing is just huge. This freaking thing went viral, man, and wow. I'm just kind of like, wow, that's kind of like my reaction on this. Wow. I wish, this is kind of to conclude. I wish, fights like Taylor versus Ramirez would get this kind of limelight. I wish, fighters such as Haney, real fighters and pro boxers out there who are really, Errol Spence, yeah, he's getting limelight and stuff, but I wish he would get this kind of attention when he fights, the competition he's been fighting. And all these other names, the names. I wish they would get, boxing events would get this kind of limelight. You see what I'm saying? I wish that were the case, but it's not. And it's a sad thing, right? To a certain degree, it's kind of... And there's another point, too, that people are saying. They're like, well, the reason why these fighters ain't getting this kind of limelight is because they're not pushing that, they're not doing what they should do. They got to market themselves. They got to be aggressive. They got to go out there and get into their opponent's face. And the press conferences, they got to kick up some dust, man. And it's true to a certain extent, man. I'm not saying it isn't. It's true. All these nonchalant, calm press conferences, it's like, come on, man. Where, to a certain degree, that's why I don't really cover when it comes to press conferences. When it comes to, because they're not really doing much, man. You see what I'm saying? And I'm not here to pick but like, for example, this is recent, like Canelo versus Billy Joe Saunders. You're not seeing anything going on here. You're not seeing anything. You know what I'm saying? And all these other fights, like top-notch caliber championship bouts, they're just sitting there, on their chairs, and I'm going to fight Saturday. Tune in. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm trying to say here? So, these fighters, man, ladies and gentlemen, these champs kind of should step it up a little bit. I'm not saying some aren't, but I don't know, man. It's just, I'm saying, they do got to step it up a little bit more. Maybe make more noise, man. Make more noise. That's what they did back in the day, man. The press conferences were more intense, and it really gained traction, from the audience. They really gained traction, from the viewers. So, yeah, man. So, what do you think about all this, man? Like I said, I'm not, your opinion is your opinion. Go ahead and comment in the comment section of this video. You know what I'm saying? What's your opinion? Those who are tuning in the premiere real time, thank you so much, man. And, you put your comments, put your opinions, whatever it is, throw it out there. What do you think about all this? But I got to reiterate, whether we like it or not, it's going to continue happening. It's going to continue happening. You know what I'm saying? So, man, it is what it is, man. Renee Box Young, thanks so much. Go ahead and just, put your opinion down there in the comment section. Like, subscribe, share. And like I said, man, the Mighty Mouse interview, I'm going to leave it at the end of this video. Check it out right there. Go ahead and click on it. Renee Box Young. If there are new listeners, this is a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature, unbiased fashion. That's what it is right here. And I thank you, community, because it's growing here. Any new listeners who aren't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, everybody, you know what I'm saying? So you know when I go live, when I do my flash lives, man, and when I post these premieres and all my videos and stuff like that. So peace out, fam. Stay safe. Love y'all.